welcome once again on my channel Physics Online Lectures. So in the series of the thermodynamics lectures, we are going to discuss here macrostate and the microstate. So students, first of all, we have the definition of the thermodynamics. According to the definition of the thermodynamics, you can generally say that thermodynamics is the branch of the physics in which we deals only the macroscopic state of the system that are related with the thermal motion. So what is the meaning of introducing or saying the you can just say macroscopic state. Macroscopic state are generally are also called to be the thermodynamic state. That's why we have to just consider here the macroscopic state, and we are just going to introduce the definition of the macrostate. So students, macrostate, as you know that for the discussion of the macrostate, you can just say the state of the system associated with the parameters of the whole system. When we are discussing the parameters which are related with the whole system, it is called the macrostate, because this is the property which we are in consideration, because whenever we are taking a system, then we are just discussing about the system, the macroscopic states of the system, and this macro state is also called the thermodynamic state. As you know that thermodynamic state, as I have earlier told you, the macro state is also called the thermodynamic state. So that's why student, this is of our consideration. Or you can just say that what are the actual specification of the values of, we have this number of the particles, this energy and volume of a given system defines the macro state of that system. So according to the definition of the macro state, what are the actual values जो सिस्टम को स्पेसिफाई करते हैं, आइदर दे मे बी द नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स, और वो क्या हो सकती है, एनर्जी हो सकती है, वॉल्यूम हो सकती है. तो एक्चुअल वैल्यूज जो सिस्टम की होंगी वो क्या करेंगी, दैट विल जस्ट करेस्पॉन्ड्स टू द, यू कैन जस्ट से डिफाइंस द मैक्रो स्टेट ऑफ द सिस्टम. सो स्टूडेंट, आई होप you have understood the definition of the macro state. Now we just switch to the micro state. When we are discussing the micro state, so according to the micro means of the order, we are discussing about a small scale. You are just say micro, नाम से ही आप समझ सकते हैं. Macro means large, you can just say, and micro, that is micro means very small. So we can just have the definition, the state of the system with the state of all constituents of the system is called microstate, or it is also called the microscopic state. So student, जो state of system associated है किससे, constituents, जब constituents से related है, so of the system, what is the constituents of the system जिससे मिलकर के बना हुआ है, means atoms, एटॉमिक लेवल की अगर हम बात करें, देन वी हैव द डेफिनेशन ऑफ द माइक्रोस्टेट. सो दिस इज ऑफ मच मोर इंपॉर्टेंस व्हेन वी हैव द डेफिनेशन ऑफ द माइक्रोस्टेट. तो इस तरह से आप माइक्रोस्टेट को समझ सकते हैं कि जब हम क्या करते हैं, एक्चुअल में हम जब कंस्टिट्यूएंट्स पार्टिकल्स के अगर हम कंसिडर करें, तो जो उससे रिलेटेड हैं स्टेट्स, उसे हम क्या कहेंगे, माइक्रोस्कोपिक स्टेट कहेंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ वी हैव ए मैक्रोस्टेट, सपोज हमारे पास क्या है, एक पर्टिकुलर मैक्रो स्टेट है, उसके लिए वी हैव अर्लियर डिस्कस हियर व्हाट आर द एक्चुअल स्पेसिफिकेशन ऑफ वैल्यूज. दिस इज नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स, वॉल्यूम, एनर्जी आर गिवन फॉर ए गिवन सिस्टम. दीज आर द वैल्यूज ऑफ ए मैक्रो स्टेट. देन व्हाट शुड बी देयर, देयर विल बी ए लार्ज नंबर ऑफ डिफरेंट वेज इन विच द टोटल एनर्जी, व्हाट इज द टोटल एनर्जी, दिस इज ई, दिस इज द टोटल एनर्जी, and there may be different ways in which this total energy is going to be distributed, or you can just say among n number of the particles constituting the system, because system is a large collection of the particles. Practically we are saying that n number of the particles constituting the system. So our definition becomes here, suppose we have a macrostate, and what the actual values of macrostate for a given system, suppose it is provided n, v and e. So for the particular, if we have total energy, that is capital E, which is corresponding to a system, and this total energy can be distributed, you can just say, among n number of the particles which are constituting the system in it. So each of these different ways specifies a microstate. So जितने भी तरीके होंगे जिससे क्या करेगा, ये सिस्टम स्पेसिफाई करेगा, then it will said to be the microstate. So you can just say this is the particular definition, and this is the particular discrimination between macrostate and microstate. So on the basis of this, there are certain properties are related. What are macroscopic parameters and what are the microscopic parameters? We will just see here. And so we have the definition of the micro and the macro states here.